guys, how are you? How are you doing? How are you? And this is Shocks. This is ShocksCapital YouTube channel. We talk about everything to do with Forex on this channel. Today, we want to talk about a beginner strategy that you all need to use. So this strategy is based on the easiest concepts in the Forex market, and that is market structure and supply and demand. So we are looking at this particular strategy. So I will first explain the market structure concept of the strategy, then go on to explain the supply and demand. So from what you are seeing here, market structure is what you are seeing, and we have to understand that if you are like what you are seeing here, you have to understand what is happening around the highs, right? You have to understand what is happening around the highs, and you have to understand that the lows are not going to be affected in any way, but you need to time the lows. You need to time the lows. So you timing the lows is you getting into a trade, right? So if you have this as your high, right, price breaking through the high and coming back and retesting, then you have this one where price is what is breaking a high and coming back and retesting that particular high. These are the basic concepts of market structure, where you're having this is called a break and retest, as you are seeing this picture. Then this one is what is price breaking a high and coming back to retest a what to retest a what to retest supply and demand. So in this case, it's coming back to retest demand, as you can see, right? So after this, what do you see from this? You are just going to see that from retesting the demand zone and retesting the the break and retest high, right? So from this, I can show you something else where I get to explain what really happens when price is moving, right? The first thing is price retest at a demand zone, then it goes and retests a what, then it comes back and retests a what, a demand zone like this, then goes and retests a what, a high, right? So it oscillates from a high and a what, and a demand zone. So first of all, price retests a what, a demand zone in this area, right? This is a demand zone. Then the next one, it goes and retests a what, a high, as you can see. So this is a flip zone, and this is break and retest. This is a beginner friendly strategy that you need, because you don't look for a lot of things. You're just looking for two things, and the two things that you're looking for are these ones that I'm busy explaining to you, right? So what you need to understand is there's demand, flip zone, demand, flip zone, demand, flip zone, demand, flip zone. So we are going to the charts now and try to decode this one, the charts. So from what you are seeing here, this we ignore. Why? Because this was just consolidation. So after consolidation, price breaks this high, as you can see, breaks this high, comes back and retests what, and retests this one, this demand zone, which is a breaker, right? Goes up. So remember, I said it oscillates from demand to high, which means demand towards to break and retest, right? So this is your demand zone, goes from demand, then comes here, does what, break and retest. So let me clean up my chart so that you guys can clearly see what I am talking about, right? Number one, what do you see? You have this high being taken out, then you have price retesting that particular high and going up. Then the next thing that you're going to see is what is demand being retested. Then after that, you will see that when price was in this area, right, there was nothing to see here, and you have to ignore price action that looks like that. Then price breaks here. When price breaks, what does it do first? It goes and retests a what? So this is break of a low, break then retest. So this is a break and retest of a low. Then the next thing that you are expecting is a retest of a what, of the supply zone. Why? Because we are going down. We are going down, right? The supply zone retested, then goes up again. Then at this particular point, I want you to pay attention. There's this low. Price breaks that low, as you can see, and retests a what? And retests that particular low. So this is break and retest, right? After that, what do you see? You see a supply zone, right? You see a supply zone. So price is what is currently at this supply zone, and we are looking forward to seeing price going down. Let's look at another example. So this is gold. This is gold. Let's see what gold has for us here. All right, this is gold. Let's see what we are having here. And as always, let's clean our chart so that you guys can clearly see where the money is. Money, right? So number one, what do you see? Break of this high, retest, we go. The next, what are you waiting for? You are waiting for a retest of a what? Of a demand zone. Then after that, remember, it oscillates between these two. Break, retest of a what? Of a high. Then you have to look at this particular point where price breaks this low and retest that particular zone, right? So this is the what? The zone that price retests and goes. Then the next one is going to be what? Is going to be the demand, which is this area, but price breaks that and continues going up. And if you can clearly see, this is the high that was taken out by this one same price action. So what are you waiting for? What you are waiting for is very simple. You're waiting for price to retest this particular zone. Then you wait again for price to come back here and maybe continue going down. So this is how you are reading market structure, and this is how you are combining market structure and supply and demand to come up with your trade ideas. So let's go to look at the next chart that we are going to be looking for here. So this is the US 30, and from what you are seeing, let's go to the H1 so that you can see clearly what you are doing here. Remember, break of a high, retest, right? So first of all, here we started retesting a demand zone. As you can see, this is a demand zone. So price took out this high, came back to the demand zone, and look what happened next. It took out this high, then retested with what? With this pin right here. So this is a flip zone. Then took out another high here, and what did it do? Price left a what? It retested a demand zone right here, took out that high, came back, retested this demand zone. And I want you to look next what happens. Price breaks a high, retests that particular high, and it goes. So this is how price is moving, and this is how price is going. Okay, look here. This is a low, right? Price breaks that low, and where does it go? It goes to the supply zone here. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for price to break a low and retest that particular low, which is or which becomes break and retest, as you are seeing in this picture, that we have this low. Price broke that low and came back and retested that low, and we are going down. And the last example is going to be on Euro USD. From what you are seeing on EU here, you see we have a break of a high here, price retest. So we are looking at market structure and seeing how it is going, and we have a demand zone here, and price breaks this low, as you can see, and we don't have anything to write home about in this particular chart here, until we get to this point where we are looking forward for a demand zone. And if you are a beginner or if you are a seasoned trader, I wanted you to show this example because you have to know that when price is moving, it breaks some of your rules, and sometimes it just doesn't work, right? We have losses in trading. So the reason why I'm showing you here is to condition you that you have losses even with the best strategies in the world. So even with this strategy that I've just shown you, you are going to be having some losses, and it's okay. It's part of the game. You just have to maximize your wins and minimize your losses. So guys, cheers, hands to the head. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope to see you doing the same thing. See you. Have a beautiful year.